oral cavity, and here is what cavity? Nasal cavity. What are these called here?
Nares.
External nares. Very good. Which cavity is more efficient for breathing? Nasal cavity. Excellent. So we take in air through our mouth or our nose, and then where do we go? Come on this side if it's too bad for you. We take in air through our mouth and nose. Where does it go first? Or where our nasal and oral cavity meets? Before that? Pharynx. Very good. Pharynx, and then we go to the larynx. Okay? So I'm going to pull this out, and you guys see this hard part right here I'm pointing to? Okay, that is your larynx. Alright? And I'm going to open it up. Everybody see this little rough spot right here? That's the back of the tongue. Okay, right here. And then we come to this structure here. What is this? Epiglottis, which means epi means what? On top of. And then so this is going to be the glottis. Okay. Within the larynx we have our vocal cords. We have ones that are more medial located, which are what? True vocal cords, and the ones laterally located are false vocal cords. Now, if I put my probe down here, what is this right here I'm pointing into? The esophagus. This is the esophagus. This is on the back portion, okay? With all this nice flattened tube here. Whereas on the anterior portion is the trachea. And you see the C rings in here made of what?
Cartilage.
What kind of cartilage? Hyaline cartilage. Why is it in a C shape?
So it can expand.
To allow food to kind of expand into the trachea, but not within the trachea. Excellent. So we're in the trachea, past the, what's this called again? Larynx. Okay. So it usually sits like this, larynx, and then we have the trachea. And then where are we going to go? Once we bring in air, where are we going to go? Primary bronchi. The primary bronchi is the first split into the left and right lobes of the lung, or the left lung and the right lung. All right, you can see one here. I'm going to show you guys on this side. Underneath all this, the vessels or the veins and things, that's going to be the primary bronchi into these lobes. And then you guys on this side, here's the other primary bronchi into these lobes. Okay, I can kind of feel it underneath there, but it's covered with tissue and veins. All right. How many lobes are there in humans? 5 lobes. How many on the right side? 3. How many on the left side? 2. Excellent. Our heart points to what direction? Left or right?
Left.
To the left. Okay, excellent. So what's this structure then? More specifically? Pericardial sac surrounding the heart. What is this then?
Lungs.
What's the lining of the lungs? Visceral pleura. What's the lining of the thoracic cavity? Parietal pleura. Very good. What's this right here? Diaphragm. This part, just this flat part here. Diaphragm. All right. So I'm going to pull this open just a little bit, and I'll turn this around for you guys. Do you guys see this nice thick line running right there? That is your phrenic nerve. This one right here, and it innervates the diaphragm. Okay. So when you have the hiccups, it's the phrenic nerve that goes on the phrens. All right. So I'm going to turn this around so the other guys can see that. Okay. Come back. Yep. Thank you, Miss Shelby. All right. You guys see this line right here? This opaque line that's running down and innervating the diaphragm? Everybody see it?
We just saw it.
I know.
Right there? Okay, let me back out so Andrea can see. Andrea, you see it here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's the phrenic nerve that innervates the diaphragm. Okay? So the diaphragm separates what two cavities? Thoracic and abdominal pelvic. All right. What is this organ here?
Liver.
The liver. And here, what is this green sac called?
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder. What does the gallbladder store? Bile. Very good. And it secretes it to where?
The small intestines.
Small intestines. What part of the small intestines?
Duodenum or whatever.
Duodenum or duodenum. Okay? All right. So what is this structure here underneath the liver? You can stand up on the table if you need to. That's the stomach. Okay? This is the stomach here. All right? So let's talk about digestion a little bit. All right? We take in food through what cavity?
Oral.
It goes to the Pharynx first, and then it comes down the esophagus. What closes to keep bolus from coming into the trachea? The epiglottis. All right, so now I'm down into the esophagus. I come behind the esophagus, and I come into the stomach through what valve? Cardiac sphincter. Okay, cardiac sphincter, or the gastro, for the stomach, esophageal sphincter. Okay, that's at the top of the stomach, back in here. All right, then I come to the stomach. Through what valve do I go through the stomach into the small intestines? The pyloric valve, or pyloric sphincter, actually. Okay, so here's the stomach and the small intestines. All right. So let me open this up a little bit. This typically folds over the entire. Oh my goodness, it's so torn up. This typically folds over the entire intestines. And what's this called here? Greater omentum. Very good. What's this on the side? Spleen. What is the function of the spleen?
Where the blood goes to die.
Yeah, it was where red blood cells go to die. So
That's the spleen right there, like the.
This right here.
Okay.
That's the spleen. It's on your left side. Okay. So I'm going to pull back the greater omentum. The stomach's coming up with it. And here is my small intestines. And then you see all this. I'm going to turn around for you guys to see too. But you see this right here?
Mm-hmm.
What is that right there? Not mesentery. Pancreas. This is the pancreas. Function of the pancreas? Have a bunch of those pancreatic juices, all those enzymes that come in and digest your food for you in the small intestines. All right, so what's this organ here?
Pancreas.
The pancreas. Excellent. What's this part here? Small intestines. What part? Duodenum of the small intestines. Then I come down, and what are all these intestines called here? Jejunum of the small intestines. Okay. What is holding together all these intestines here? These windows. What are these windows? Mesenteries. Okay. So this is all the small intestines, the jejunum, and then what are we looking for? The ileum. Coming here. Everybody see the ileum?
How can you tell the difference between the ileum and the jejunum?
The ileum is the one closest. So there's specific links in humans, like so-and-so feet are the duodenum and so-and-so feet are the jejunum. For our particular purposes, the ones closest to the stomach is the duodenum. The ones closest to the large intestine is the ileum, and everything else in the middle is the jejunum. Okay? So I would have it pinned very close to the, what is this right here? Large intestines. Another word for it? Colon. Excellent. So here's the ileum of the small intestines. I go through what valve? You can't see it, but it's in this area here. What's this called again? Ileum. What is this right here? The cecum. So we go through the ileocecal valve. Okay.
What's the cecal?
The cecum is this little blind tubule sac here. It's like a cul-de-sac.
Oh.
You know, like a cul-de-sac in a neighborhood, you go around and you turn back and you come out. This is basically what this is. Now, off the cecum in humans is what? Right here. It's a blind tag. Appendix. This right here is a lymph node. Okay? So off of here is the appendix. What happens if the appendix gets inflamed?
It's taken out.
It's taken out. Why? It'll inflame and it will burst. Okay? That's why we have appendicitis. Now, where is it located in humans typically?
Right.
The right lower side. So if I would push into somebody and they had appendicitis, it would feel really good. If I let out, they'll be like, ow, 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 ow. Okay? That's an indicator. All right, so we're in the cecum of the colon. And then in cats, the large intestines or the colon is not divided, but it is in humans. So let's talk about it. You have the cecum at the bottom, and then where do we go? Ascending colon to descending colon to the one with the S. Sigmoid colon. Very good. Go to the sigmoid colon. Anybody know what this structure is?
Bladder.
Urinary bladder. Okay, we go to sigmoid colon, and then we have down here would be the rectum. Okay, back underneath the bladder in the cat is the rectum. Then through the rectum, through the anal canal to the anus. Very good. Okay, so what is the structure here then?
That's the kidney.
Kidney. What is this one over here?
Kidney.
Kidney. Do you see any reproductive units in here?
No.
No. Okay. We had it taken out because this is a leftover scar, we believe, from her spading. Okay? That's for females, right? Spading? Okay. Just right. All right. Any questions? So, let's talk about what lines the abdominal cavity? Parietal. Peritoneum. Very good. What lines the liver? Visceral.
Pleural. No.
Peritoneum. Peritoneum means abdominal. Pleura means lungs. Okay, so what lines the lungs? Visceral. Pleura. What lines the thoracic cavity? Parietal. Pleura. Excellent. Okay. Where does most of digestion occur? What part of the small intestine? Is this big? Duodenum or duodenum? Excellent. Oh, sorry. Okay, any questions on the kitty cat? Okay, so pop quiz. Ready for this? What's this called?
Greater omentum.
Greater omentum. Common term? Apron.
Apron.
What's this right here?
Stomach.
What two valves start and end the stomach? Cardiac and pyloric sphincter. Which one's at the top of the stomach? Cardiac. Very good. Inside the stomach, there are folds in the stomach. What are those called? Anybody know? Rugae. Very good. They're folds. What is it? Rugae. R-U-G-A-E. Rugae. Excellent. Okay, what valve does not close if you have heartburn? The cardiac sphincter or the gastroesophageal sphincter? Okay, excellent. What is this? What's this?
Heart.
Pericardial sac surrounding a heart. What's this right here?
Trachea.
Is it anterior or posterior to the esophagus?
Anterior.
Anterior. What's this?
Esophagus.
Esophagus. What is these right here?
True vocal cord.
True vocal cords. What's these on the side?
False.
False vocal cords. What's that? What is its function?
Covers the esophagus.
No, not the esophagus. It covers
The glottis.
the glottis when you're swallowing. Okay. What is this again?
Trachea.
What are the C rings made up of? Hyaline cartilage. Excellent. What's the lining here called?
Parietal pleura.
Parietal pleura. What's this right here? Urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. Okay. What is this right here?
Gallbladder.
That's the gallbladder. Stores bile secreted into where? Small intestine. Duodenum of the small intestines. What's its function? No, not reduces the pH.
Is something with enzymes?
It physically emulsifies fat into smaller molecules so that the lipases can work on them. Okay, it's a physical emulsification of fat. Okay, what's this right here called? What's the nerve that innervates the diaphragm? Phrenic nerve. Okay, very good. Let's see. What is the windows called? What's this part called? Jejunum of the small intestines. Excellent. What's this right here called? Colon or the large intestines. Okay, what's this part called? Ileum. What valve do you go through to get into large intestines? Ileocecal valve. What's attached to the cecum and humerus? Appendix. Do cats have appendices? No. Okay, excellent. All right, guys, I think you guys are really